Hello guys, girls. Hoje a gente vai estar fazendo aqui um resumo, né, do que vai cair na nossa prova, na nossa atividade de inglês, a última do ano. Então, what to study? Você vai estudar os capítulos 26, 27, 28 e 29 da nossa apostila. Nós começamos falando sobre o report speech. Hi love, how did your interview go? They said they didn't phone later and let me know. Então, we use the reporter speech to tell someone what someone else said. We usually use a reporting verb, say, tell, ask, and change the tense of what was actually said in direct speech. Direct and indirect speech. Então, first, direct speech. Direct quoted speech involves quoting the exact words uttered by the person within inverted commas or quotation marks. For example, she said, I won't be coming home tonight. Tom said, there is a tiger outside the window. Indirect speech. Indirect reporter speech, on the other hand, does not have to be within quotes or reported word to word. For example, she told him that she was happy. He told me that he told me he was tired. Note that verb tense necessarily change in reported speech. This is because when we reported speech, we are talking obviously about something that was said in the past. Hence, it's become necessary to use the past tense of the verb. Então, se você ainda tem alguma dúvida, vai lá na nossa aula, na nossa videoaula e assiste lá, tá legal? Say, said e tell, told. It's sometimes difficult to know when to use say and when to use tell. Have a look at this chart for the grammar rules. Let's begin with say. Say is not immediately followed by a person pronouns. Comparing with tell. Tells is generally followed by a person object. You say something to someone. You tell someone something. Say usually does not take an indirect object. Tell takes both direct object and indirect object. Say is extensively used in direct speech. Tell is only used in direct speech to give instructions or orders. Told plus object pronouns plus not, plus to, plus base verb. Example, he told me to stop talking. In reported speech, say focuses more on the words someone uttered. In reported speech, tell focuses more on the content or message of what someone said. We're talking about preposition of movement. Prepositions of movement show movement from one place to another place. Prepositions to. Explanation. Use it when there is a specific destination in mind. Examples. I'm going to the doctor's. Are you going to the party? Towards. Movement in the direction of something. Example. He was walking menacingly towards me. He was sitting with his back towards me. Truth. Movement across something. Example. From one side of it to the other. Example. The train went through the tunnel. They cut through the gauze. Across. movement from one end of something to the other. He walked across the road. There was a barricade across the road. Over. Describe something position when it's above something else. Example. Helicopters dropped left over the city. I put a shawl over my shoulders. Along. Movement in line. Example. Cars were parked all along the road. We walked along the river. In. Something's position in relation to the area or space or place surrounded. Example. We are going to have our picnic in the park. Put the pickle in the cabinet. On. Describe something position in relation to a surface. Example. Sorry. There was an array of food on the table. The rain falling on the roof kept me from sleeping. And finally, into. Movement causing something to hit something else. He got into the car. He soared into the tree. Finally, we're talking about the verbs that we use with transportation. So, we have go, drive, ride, and take. In English, we use the verbs drive, ride, go, and take to talking about travel and transport. Although they all express travel and movement, they are used in different contexts to refer to different modes of transportations. Example, Ava is going to school because Ava can't drive, she cycles. It takes her an hour to ride to school, but she enjoys the exercise. Ava doesn't like taking the bus because it is always so crowded. Sometimes her mother drives her. She enjoys riding in her mother's car. Go, drive, ride, and take. The verbs that you use to express travel and movement. And finally, we hear some driving signs. Stop, out, wrong way, one way, do not enter, bike road, parking, pitch in. Okay? It's forbidden turning left, it's forbidden turning right, it's forbidden return. São sinais de trânsito que logo logo você vai tirar a tua carteirinha de motorista e você precisa conhecer alguns deles. Ok, pessoal? So, keep calm, we have a date today. Espero vocês logo mais às 17h30, não vai se atrasar.